paint their colors in their world we love and care. Rain and storms will make us stronger, fighting for what we believe. Make this journey together.
Very good evening, Miss Dean. 好久不见，好久不见，看起来很累哈。
还好啦，就是走了很多，现在连嗓子都快没了。
OK， 那因为这个是备战时期啦，然后我也知道，就是你就是很努力的，就是跟很多的居民用最短的时间来接触。当然，之前已经有跟他们很多的这个互动跟接触 ，because somehow or other, I always find you so amazing. In the sense whereby, okay, frankly speaking, okay, like I may look old, but yes, we are of the same age, almost the same age.
Really,
just,
we are.
Yeah. Okay 啦，不要这样啦。
Just kidding.
Okay.
I thought you were younger.
Thank you so much. No wonder MacPherson love you so much. Okay, so you're actually 2 years younger than me. So I'm in 1981. So because from my age, 1981, sometimes I find it a bit tough, a bit difficult to actually communicate with the seniors as well. Okay, 有时候会有一点点，哎呀，小代沟 because we share different views and such. But for yourself, I see the way you actually interacted with the seniors and how you actually took care of them and actually shook hands with them. I saw you at events dancing together with them. How did you manage to do that?
Well, I think the most important thing is I think putting myself in the position of a 晚辈. That means a younger generation, and treating them like an elder, like a grandmother or a grandfather. I think a lot of the seniors whom I have met, actually a lot of the seniors I have met, my observation is that they want to be cared for, they want to be heard, they want to know that they matter. And so when you understand that and when you see them as an elder, naturally you would be very respectful to them. You want to hear them out and then see how you can connect with them better. And so I think this has so far been something that has enabled me to understand what are their concerns, what do they think are important. To them, I think the human touch is something that they cherish. Many of them, because of their age now, their kids are already grown up, they would have already had their families, they may have moved out, and so 难免 inevitably sometimes they may feel a bit lonely. So and to be honest, many a times the community, the 隔壁, 左邻右舍, the neighbors, actually they meet each other much more often than perhaps even real family members. So when you reach out to them, you show them that you care for them, that you will listen to them, actually means a lot. I remember just a couple of weeks ago, I was giving out dengue, get anti-dengue message leaflets as well as insect repellent. And I met this auntie. So she just came back, but she's actually a caregiver for her husband who has dementia. Her kids have moved out because they all have their own families, and she was just trying to take care of her husband on her own. So it's actually very challenging for her. And she just started to tell me a lot of things, and she just kept on going. And I was just standing there listening, and suddenly it dawned on me that she hadn't had a listening ear for a while. And so just being there listening to her helps her to relieve that stress that she has felt. And when I asked her, I said, Auntie, 你是不是很久没有人陪你说话了? She said yes. And well, partly because her children, because they are made children, and they say that I'm very busy, 我很忙，有时候不是很会花很多时间去听， but she really needs a listening ear. And so for us, being there for them, showing that we care about them means a lot. And I think by putting myself in their shoes, understanding how they feel is very helpful. And I'm glad that I have been able to play that role. Not all the time, but at least most of the time I hope I've been there to, lend them that listening ear, to give them that touch. I think it's a great thing to do.
I think you've done a great job over the years in MacPherson, and because I remember residents are referring you to, 她是我的女儿, because I was hosting at some other events over there as well. So, 她很像是我们的女儿这样，我的查某囝，我的查某孙。哇，my first reaction was like, 哇，这人阿你嘴阿嬷，阿你嘴阿公哎。So this is what I actually first encountered when I actually did my first hosting in MacPherson. But something that touched me is your interaction and the way you actually interacted and show attention to the seniors. Because 因为我们身为这一辈的人 whatever that we have now is all brought forward by our forefathers, our pioneer generations, or even 我们的阿公、我们的阿嬷，他们的努力，我们才能够有今天的这个新加坡，and of course 今天的这个 MacPherson。然后呢，然后当你接手这个 MacPherson，要给他们最好的这个照顾的时候，I know that you actually went to Parliament and you brought forward a lot of messages across towards the as a speaker, and of course some of them actually pertaining to
as a member, speaker is 传进。
哦，是有这样分的。
有
啊，OK，
议长嘛，speaker 是
哦，OK，所以你们是算是 member。
对。
啊，OK，但是我只知道 MacPherson 是把你当成是 member 啦，但是不一样的 member， 他们把你当 family member， 不一样的。Okay, so actually for some of them, some of your issues pertaining to increasing the welfare of women and single parents and such on MediSave issue, can you actually share more?
Yeah, well, first of all, I would say that just in my second term alone, I have spoken up in many debates, as well as raised many issues, as well as putting forth recommendations and ideas. And it's not just me, to be honest. Many of my parliamentary colleagues have also been speaking up on many issues. Together, we push our agenda. For me, I have several issues that are close to my heart. Seniors, of course, is one, and I've spoken many times about it. Even for women, the support for families, and that would include single parents as well. To me, I think what is important is that we make sure that we give enough support to our families, regardless of what kind of families we're talking about. And talking about single parents, I remember speaking up on the equalization of maternity and child benefits. Because first and foremost, for the child, every child, and as long as they are a Singapore citizen child, I feel that we have an obligation and a duty to take care of them. They are our children, they're Singapore children. And because they are our Singapore citizen children, they are innocent. And I mean, as a mother, 将心比心, right? I think no one wants to set them up for failure. We want to set them up for success. We want to make sure that we give them the best. And therefore, every moment, every chance that we can fight for them to have that closer bonding with their mother, to have that better chance at accessing the whether it's nutritional resource or schooling learning resource, we should fight for them. And so I remember speaking up on equalization of maternity benefits, including for unwed mothers as well. Yeah, and the 出发点, the starting point is really how can we ensure that the Singaporean child is well taken care of. I mean, this is just one thing. I have also raised, I've also moved parliamentary motions on aspirations of women, how to support seniors more, how to support caregivers more. So these are various things that are close to my heart because actually these issues concern my residents in MacPherson. Take MediSave, for example. Actually, over the years, I have been raising the issue of how can we make it more flexible? How can we raise the withdrawal limit? How can we, help our seniors better cope with the healthcare expenses? I've spoken on this various times. Of course, the more recent one is that, again, I raised the issue of, raising the withdrawal limit for MediSave because, for seniors, sometimes, actually many a times, because they have retired, they don't have an active cash flow, except for what they get from their CPF and maybe also from their children.
Yes.
And so sometimes they worry. They just worried, and so how can we give them that better sense of assurance? Of course, there are also seniors who, because of the reduced cash flow in retirement, when they go see a doctor, because as you age, the healthcare need increases. They sometimes get into a situation whereby they have to get, see a few times because it's chronic disease, and they have to, take medicine, and after a while they may have maxed out how much they can use from the MediSave, and so that has been made known to me, from real life stories my residents have shared. And so I raised this in Parliament to say that this is it can be very I won't say terrifying, but very stressful for our seniors, because they need to still see the doctor, they need that medicine, but they don't have that cash in the pocket. How can they use more of their Medisave, because they still have enough in their account? Can we use more? So thankfully this year, this appeal has been successful, and they have raised the withdrawal limit so that seniors can actually use more of their Medisave for their medical needs. I should also add that, of course, for seniors, after they have received the subsidies and Medisave deduction, if they still have difficulties coping with the out-of-pocket medical expenses, there is Medifund, which is basically the social welfare equivalent for healthcare expenses. And I have many seniors, especially those from the rental income, actually being fully covered by Medifund. And of course, in MacPherson, we have the MacPherson Care Fund, which I've spoken many times before. And that is also our little way of chipping in to give support to help to relieve that financial burden on our seniors. And we take that chance to also share with them information that they may find useful pertaining to what schemes or what benefits they may actually tap on as well.
That's right. And 因为 Miss Tin 她解决的一些问题都是很接地气的一些问题。That's why 我们身为市民，我们身为这个 MacPherson 的居民，比如说我是 MacPherson 的居民，那 of course I feel you， 我感觉得到你，我感觉得到你的努力，我感觉得到你在为我们的这个付出。那 as a fellow Singaporean, something that is worrying me, okay, because we know that MacPherson is actually an area with a lot of heritage, 是一个很多年很多故事的一个地方。
52年了。
52年了。
我们2年前庆祝金禧年 ，so we celebrated our jubilee year 2 years ago. So we are 52 years old as the MacPherson community. I mean, there are some parts a little bit older, but actually we are a little bit younger. Actually MacPherson is quite a diverse place.
那你在 MacPherson 几年了
？10年。
10年了。
是，
哇哦，
一晃就10年了。10 years. Yeah.
哇，所以你10年前你才几岁 ？Sorry， 我离题一下，我在算看这小妹妹她到底做了什么东西？为什么她把她一生的时间都放在这个 MacPherson 上面？我就说哇 ，amazing。然后我想问你的这个问题，就是我在网络上读到的，然后我觉得说这个问题我自己也担忧了，不要说是 MacPherson 的这个居民。And we know that MacPherson is actually an area like what I've mentioned with a lot of heritage and such. Many people would think that this is a very old estate and the value of the house might drop. What is your views on this?
Well, I can understand the concern. There has been a lot of talks out there in the market, in the media. But I mean, while I recognize this concern, I would also like to maybe share a little bit about, how is it like in MacPherson. So I was looking at some statistics. So looking at, say, a 4-room flat, the average price, transaction price of a 4-room flat at Paya Lebar Way, this would generally be more of the middle incomer type of dwelling. About 10 years ago in 2011, it was about 300 to 320,000 on average, the transaction price. And then now, as of now, the latest, we just did a check again. A similar 4-room flat at Paya Lebar Way, I think it's about 350 to 400,000 a transaction price. And even in Circuit Road, the older part of Circuit Road, that's what people will usually think about. It has maintained quite constant over the years as well. Yeah. So, I mean, that aside, many of our seniors here actually do see MacPherson as a home, as a place where they want to continue to live and age in. And because of that, actually my team and myself, we have been actively fighting, pushing, and trying to 争取 a lot of estate upgrading, facilities improvement for MacPherson. I think as of now, if I do an estimation, about 1/3 of our older flats have been upgraded. And so it's a constant push for rejuvenation. So I mean, upgrading projects would include your home improvement programs, neighborhood renewal programs. And I mean, home improvement is looking at within the house, and then neighborhood renewal would be outside in the common areas. So we have the block 70-ish area, Circuit Road side, that side. So there's a plot there that has been done up. So I mean, it's still ongoing. The works are still ongoing, but there's this patch there. If you look at before and after, now it's quite different. So you have nice landscaping, a pavilion. Even the block is now painted to look like jewel, like a jewel facade. And it's very vibrant in color. So I mean, these are some examples, and of course we have quite a number of blocks that had undergone main upgrading before. Main upgrading would involve adding of a extra room to the house. So if it had been a 3-room, it would now be like a 4-room, for example.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, these are constantly the things that we are doing. Not forgetting the cyclical R&R, repair and redecoration. We have lift upgrading. I mean, almost all across MacPherson, almost all would have lifts that are upgraded that can serve every floor. This is an ongoing process. We still have new projects coming online, and I was sharing with some residents as I was walking around today. There are still new projects coming online, and we will continue to fight for more. Beyond these larger scale upgrading projects, we also actively use CIPC funds and even raising our own funds, for example, working with partners to enhance the overall accessibility of MacPherson, point-to-point covered walkways. The work is not done. We are still going on, but all these efforts, we hope, is to enhance the vibrancy, the safety and accessibility of the environment in MacPherson. I think this is something that we take it very upon ourselves to continue to push for, because this is really home to many people, many residents. Some grown up here, some moved in their younger days and are now in their in their 1 year, in their retirement years, and so this is a place of importance to them, and therefore I see it together with my team as our duty to do our best for them. As I mentioned earlier, really what sets apart, what sets a place apart from a home is really that the people, and how can we help them feel that this is where they belong. And many seniors whom I've spoken with, when I speak to them, many of them share with me that they don't want to move out, because this is where they have a lot of fond memories. This is where they have many friends, neighbors, even family members, same block, kepia. Yeah, and so they are very familiar with the hawkers, the whole transport system. They want to be here. And so for us, this drive to continuously rejuvenate MacPherson is important. And I would like to say that I would like to see MacPherson not only preserving our heritage, but has a rejuvenated soul. That not only rejuvenated, but has a strong soul. Comparing with a new place with no soul, with a rejuvenated place with a lot of strong kampong spirit, that soul, I think our residents, based on what I know, would prefer the latter.
That's right. Thank you so much for sharing. And of course, hearing from you, I think that you actually stand in the views of the residents and trying to know them. 因为你讲的东西其实很多都代表是 OK， 因为你们是 into politics， 但是我们是 residents， 我们是 fellow Singaporeans. And to be frank, whatever you have just spoken, coming from a fellow Singaporean, I feel you. 因为这些都是我们这些这居民的心声也好，或者是新加坡人的一些心声。And one worry that I have over here, because I myself is actually very attached to my grandparents as well. So 因为我是外公外婆看大的， so 我有一个担心 because during this circuit breaker and this COVID-19 pandemic, so they actually lead to a lot of digital transformation, digitalization and such. 所以我就很怕有一天，哎呀，阿公阿嬷他们如果要数码化怎么办？你叫他们去背拉背孬，有一天背 wrong 的话怎么办？对不对？
希望不会。
我想知道，就是 Miss Tin 可以用什么样的方式呢？就是来帮他们，就是更了解这个数码化 digitalization。
这个的确是我们很多长辈们的非常关心的一个课题。他们很怕在我们大力推动数码化的时候，他们是否会落伍。甚至是如果说曾经有一位昂哥他就问我说，如果政府呢说要完全用 e-payment 的话，那他怎么还钱呢？
对，
所以这个呢，其实我们都知道。So switch back to Channel 5 also. So I mean it is a valid concern. I do hear it from my senior citizens, my senior residents, that they are concerned. They are worried whether they are able to keep up with the digitalization, whether as we embrace this digital future, whether they will be left behind. Take for example e-payment, which you have mentioned. There were, I mean, recent times, there was one uncle who shared with me, said that this e-payment, is it going to be compulsory? What if I can't pay? Then I can't buy anything. I only have cash. How? So this is something that we have actively been reaching out. Of course, on the one hand, please don't get the wrong idea. It's not compulsory. It's just that it's giving another option for seniors who wish to embrace this payment option. It's just another option for them. And if they think that this is more convenient, more safer to transact for them, then that's great. And for others who need a bit more time, need a bit more assurance, or just comfortable with cash because cash works, okay, that's fine, that's still available. But for us, what we want to do is that for those who are willing to try something new, to learn something new, we want to make it available to them. And so what we have been doing, and we will continue to do, is to introduce regular courses for them to learn, for example, simple things like how to use a smartphone, how to use WhatsApp.
This is cool.
Yeah, how to even go Facebook or Instagram to check out on our family members. And so these are the things that we have been introducing. We also have, tie-ups with corporates, and then they bring in staff as volunteers to teach our seniors. We even have seniors who, after learning, become digital ambassadors themselves, teaching other seniors to how to make use of it. Of course, these are just skills. I mean, just courses. We have other enablers as well. I mean, on the one hand, we must also help them access these devices and data. So we are going to continue looking ahead. We're going to work with the agencies like IMDA to help our seniors have access to smartphone devices, to have access to data plans, even Wi-Fi, so that they don't have to worry about very hard to afford, I don't have how to. So we hope to help them to access to these things, so that at least they have the fundamentals, the basic infra in their hand to do that, and then we equip them with the know-how. And not just that, we actually also want to encourage them to continuously to learn, not for exam, not for anything else, but to me, what is important is that when you start learning, you stimulate your brain, the entire psychological well-being as well, because it keeps you going. And whenever there's a challenge, and after you overcome that challenge and you realize that you have learned something new, you feel great. That sense of self-confidence, that self-esteem, I think it's something that no money can buy. And so we want to continue to help our seniors to continue to stay active by learning, so that they always feel that there's something to look forward to every day, there's purpose in life. And so, of course, as we encourage them to learn, 如果可以顺便 also learn more of the digital stuff, that would be great. So we actually have this lifelong learning fund that we actually raise funds and to incentivize them to do that. Yeah, so we hope that through fun ways we can help them to continuously stay active, have some fun, and basically have a purpose.
That's right. So our 阿公阿妈, our auntie uncle, 放心我點揀放心 Okay, we leave no one behind. So Miss Tin 其實在接下來的幾年都有一些不同的計劃 to actually help all the seniors as well to get in touch with this digitalization， 就是讓數碼化，讓你們時時刻刻都可以看到你們的家人，可以看到你們心愛的這個孫子也好啊，或者是 grandchildren and such。So 有一些朋友我看到一些 comments 可能在說就是Miss Tin 的聲量可能不夠大聲，對不對？但是maybe just let me explain a bit。他從早 上到现在了呀，所以呢，我们就呀，但是他还是很坚持的要把这个 session 给做完。
不好意思、
嗯
s o r r y if my voice is very soft. I'm actually losing my voice. 真的不好意思，我的声量不是很大，因为其实我快要没有声音了。我已经喝了很多板蓝根啊、凉茶什么我可以喝的我都喝下去了。
So 今天已经去了一些did some rounds and walkabouts.
Yes, I was in Geylang East, so I have been visiting the blocks at Geylang East. 在杨龙东这边的这些祖屋呢，在挨家挨户的去走访，说是马不停蹄，马不停蹄。
OK， 那我想问一下，OK 啦，这个是我个人给我想问的。身为一个a person who actually gave your all to MacPherson， 你的孩子最后一次看到你是几时？
昨天他没看到我。
昨天没有看到。
昨天没有看到我。昨天他没有看到我。Yesterday he didn't get to see me at all. Yeah, cause I left. 我昨天出门的时候他还在睡觉，我回来的时候他已经睡了。
And so today morning you were out in the morning again.
然后他也还在睡觉，所以我已经出门了。
OK， 所以这个就是我觉得你很伟大的这个方面，因为当然除了有一个，
我不敢说伟大啦，我觉得这个是很重要的一个使命。既然是要服务，就肯定会要做出一些调整。
对，
所以这个呢是使命啊，使命。
所以就是有这个使命啊，所以我觉得你在这个社区里面，就是在你的MacPherson里面是，我不能说受欢迎，受欢迎一般上他们都是拿来欢迎一些特别来宾、特别嘉宾，或者是什么superstar 之类的。我只能说就是你一到，他们马上就是觉得说，哎 ，my family member is here。Because I once hosted one of your event that was initiated by you, Sing MacPherson， 就是麦波森一起来唱的那个感觉。So when you were around, you were on stage actually doing a song together with them, and yeah, some residents say, I want to hear Miss Tin sing 啊，一首接一首，一首接一首这样子。And the way you actually dance with them during that event, I find so amazing. 所以你刚刚接手这个麦波森的时候，那个时候是I think about few years back， 应该不是刚刚接手嘛？
不是，好像是15年吧。
15年左右。
好像是。
所以你看，你的这个努力 ，and over the years that the rapport that you built up with your family members in MacPherson， 我只想说一样东西，这个感情的东西不是一朝一夕的，能够感觉到一个人的一个人他真正想要付出 ，we need time。And over the years, we see your efforts, we see your hard work in this. And of course, she's only 1983, 1983年，她应该跟我一样在家里顾孩子、顾囝的，但是她来顾整个MacPherson，所以我觉得说这个就是她的使命。
是，Well，其实对我来讲，我要很感激我们的这个居民，我们的长辈。真的是所有麦波森的居民，谢谢他们接受我，谢谢你们接受我，谢谢你们给我这个机会，谢谢你们让我和你一起继续一步一步的走，然后一天一天的把我们的感情建立起来。其实我是很珍惜的，我可以那么说，我是一个重感情的人。那对我来讲，当一个人和我有一定的这个情感上的这个交流，我自然会想要特别的付出更多的去帮助他们，去照顾他们，所以这个是我啦。所以呢，这个在这期间一点一滴的这样建立起来，我是越会更加珍惜，因为是好不容易争取到的，所以你就会更要呵护它，你不想要失去它，所以你就会继续做得更多。哪怕是不是完美，可是你也会尽量的去做到尽善尽美，所以这个是对我而言，这是我的感受。So actually, I should say that to all my MacPherson residents, actually I want to thank you very much. You know, what I really cherish really are the bonds that we have shared over the time. You have accepted me from the beginning, and over time, I think we would have become friends, become family members. And every time we smile at each other, when we talk to each other, catch up, even the hugs that sometimes we have, actually mean a lot to me. I can't emphasize more how much this means to me, because I'm someone who actually value emotions. To me, you know, when I feel that there is this trust and this bond that I share with someone, all the more I would want to cherish it. I want to build on it because if it's something that's so hard fought, I would want to cherish it and I want to protect it. And so the more, the longer the time passes, the stronger our bonds are. Actually, the more I want to do to help, to cultivate, to just protect this. And so to me, this is something that's important to me, and this is what really drives me. Really, that's why I said that I want to, because of all of you. I feel like I really need to be always improving, to be the better me, and to want to do better. It's not going to be easy because to keep doing better and better, I mean, realistically, it's not going to be easy. But I know that because of you, I will want to continue to try my best to do that because you have been kind to me, and I definitely want to do my best to take care of my MacPherson residents.
This is her mission and this is her vision. And of course, coming up in the next few years, I believe she has a lot of things in mind and in plan for everyone in MacPherson. 那这个就是她所谓的使命感。她自从来到MacPherson之后，她就是马不停蹄的，一直把最好的这个生活，还有把很多很好的东西都带到我们的这个麦佛森区。那当然呢，我想，很多人他们如果在职场上 ，OK， for myself when I first started my company and such， 我会觉得我就是一个 Power Ranger，I'm a Power Ranger， 我是不会输的，I must be strong。有些人会觉得他们是刘备、后备或没有准备，但是你会觉得你自己在职场上是什么样的一个战士？什么经典人物？
我不是一个自以为是的人，所以我不会把自己比喻成任何的经典人物。可是呢，我认为呢，可能更重要的就是有没有一颗真心，然后是否会一直的去努力，更完善自己，更加强自己的能力来去服务他人，去帮助他人。而我在麦坡森的使命呢，就是希望说可以继续的服务我们的居民，照顾我们的长辈。支持我们的家庭，支持我们的青年，还有照顾、保护我们的小孩。所以这个呢，是我最终想要达到的目的。我希望麦坡森是一个他们可以就是可以过一个安定惬意的一个好地方，让他们觉得可以受到保护，可以安全的成长，可以学习。可以就是每天都觉得很开心，所以这是我希望达到的一个目标。所以呢，通过很多不同的这个建设还是项目或者是计划呢，我希望可以就是达到这样的一个愿景。那我呢，为了要做这件事情，肯定也要把自己也要就是一直提升自己，这样子我才能够更好的服务我们的居民。而在这个过程当中，也希望说通过我所认识的一些人脉啊、朋友啊，可以继续说服他们、拉拢他们，得到他们、争取他们的支持，来支持帮我建设这个麦坡森。希望可以筹得更多的资金或者是资源来推动这些计划。不管是对青年教育方面的这个助学金也好，或者是老人家长辈们想要终身学习，就是学以致用等等的这个也好，又或者是帮助我们可能受到人身上或者是职场上受到挫折、受到打击的居民朋友，再次的站起来，再次的去提升自己的技能，或者是再去找他们认为有意义的工作，或者是帮助我们比较弱势背景的一些幼儿或者是小孩，让他们至少通过我们的这个项目和平台不会输在起跑点上。我们希望可以给他更多的这个资源和支持，不管是哪一方面。我觉得只要我们用心的去付出，用心的去了解、去认识、去听他们的这个心声，那我们就可以把这份了解转化成实质的这个项目和计划来帮助他们。当然也从而把他们的心声带进国会，以他们实实在在所面对的这个挑战，或者是他们对未来的憧憬， 然后在国会里面反映出来，这样子的辩论，我觉得更有意义。
哦，这样我懂你是什么英雄了，那个古代的英雄。以前有10兄弟嘛，对不对？有一个是顺风耳 ，I listen to my residents 啊，有一个是那个千里眼 ，I see and take care of my residents， 对不对？然后还有一个啊，很大声的那个
Oh my god
就是我去到 Parliament， 然后变成 Voices of my residents。
我觉得这样子，我可能就会有点3头6臂的一个好像妖怪的感觉。
不会，肯定不会。但是我有学到一个东西，就是as much as， 因为可能啦，OK， 我的年纪是大你2岁，但是我看到你，因为可能你跟居民接触很多，然后你也了解他们，and so from what I heard from you，OK，there is no hero that she actually refer herself to. You yourself 就是一个经典人物，不是因为你很厉害啊，是因为你用真心。这个是我觉得说，这个是我应该，哎呀，在 start 我的 company 的时候就应该是这样子，我不要把自己当成是 Power Ranger， 把太多东西扛在身上。
其实你也过奖了啦，给我就是这个我其实也不敢当，对我来讲呢，其实我就是一个普通的新加坡公民，我是一个母亲，我也是一个女儿，我也是这个社会的一份子。那如果我设身处地的为不管是哪一个角色，如果我设身处地为他人去想的话呢，我想我可以理解他们可能所面对的挑战，他们所可能有的一些担忧，或者是他们对未来的一些想法，不一定是完全一样，可是我觉得我还是可以去体会的。那我觉得这样子呢，在我这个服务的这个所谓的心路旅程当中呢，我觉得这样更真实一点。这个才比较真实。
对 ，I think 在 MacPherson 其实你跟居民的接触 ，and over the years you have actually seen how they have actually lived even better. 然后 I think there were some cases that you had your attention to, and then you helped them before, because MacPherson we know is a town of either good food, a lot of good food definitely, because whenever I'm in MacPherson I drive around for all the good food, and there's a lot of stories in MacPherson as well for the residents. So over the years I think 10 years you were mentioning, should have a lot of successful cases that you helped. Can you share a bit with us over here?
Sure. I mean, over time, I mean, there are many residents whom I have met, and through our efforts, big and small, we try to help them. And I mean, there are really many stories. Like one of the stories that really touched my heart and really quite inspire me is this this family. They live in a rental flat. I remember the sole breadwinner actually is a man in his 50s, I think. And I remember 10 years ago when I first came in to MacPherson.
Oh, that happened in 10 years ago?
Since actually all the time we have been keeping in touch. So this is quite a story, because I remember when he first came to MPS and when I first met him, he was very tired. He was very frustrated, and I feel the angst in him, because he wants, what he really wanted was to have his wife and his children to stay in Singapore with him. He's a Singapore citizen, but his wife was from Indonesia, and his children were because of the circumstances couldn't get citizenship at that point in time. And so as a sole breadwinner, he was really struggling, but he was very hardworking, I must say. I really admire him. I really respect him. He works very hard. That's why he always looks very tired. And he was working so hard to try to feed and raise his families. And so, of course, there was the, 在争取 helping him to secure the status of his family, as well as, trying to keep the education cost, the school fees down, because as non-citizens, they actually pay full fees. So actually, Singapore citizen really actually, in primary school, they don't pay school fees except for miscellaneous. And why I say that is because I contrast it with, non-Singapore citizen kids. They actually have to pay quite a lot, and it's very stressful for him. So what we did was that over the time, we keep appealing, we keep lobbying. We even raise our own funds. I even found, that try to raise some funds to help him, and piece by piece, bit by bit, we managed to solve his problem. of course, I must say that he really puts in a lot of effort. So his children, most of them are now citizens. So that's great news. And his children, of course, now with that, the education fees are more manageable. And I'm happy to share that his oldest son, actually made it into NTU. And I mean, it's amazing. It's, really, I watched the family grow up. I saw how they grew from strength to strength. And what really, really touches my heart and, and really impacts me is that I've been privileged to be able to be with them every step of the way. And I must say that, compared today, nowadays, when I see the man, the father, that there's a real smile. And I can see that, he's no longer that tense up because I can feel that relaxation already. I mean, it's like 肩上的这个, the burden on his shoulder, I think has alleviated. And so comparing to when I first met him, my memory of him back then, and now, it's really a huge difference. We've come a long way. We've come a long way, and so to me, this is precious. That having been with them, this whole journey, being there to support him. I won't say that it's just my credit alone because they work hard as well, but that I have been able to help them, appeal for, the citizenship, to appeal for more help, and that today, getting, to see that his next generation has actually, moved up that ladder, the mobility that I see, really makes me feel that, I've grown up with them together, and this is something that I hope to continue to achieve with others as well.
Listening to you, I think you went through quite a bit of hassle here and there, because when you talk about approving one's citizenship, 它不是一朝一日，就是我现在填 form, I'll get approved immediately.
It is not.
So
there
there
are many factors. Yeah.
Many factors and a lot of hurdles for you to actually pass through for him. 遇到这些困难的时候, what drives you to actually, I must do it?
Well, I think to me, when I meet residents, when they share their struggles with me, actually I feel very sad, and sometimes they cry, they tear, 人心肉做. I mean, as a human to human, I think I can feel what they feel, and I put myself in their shoes. I mean, for all that people may say you could have done this, you should have done that, that's why you maybe won't end up this way. Whatever those things are, the thing is that the fact is that this person is in front of you right now, having a challenge, having a difficulty, needing your help. How can I say no to you? I mean, you come here searching for hope. I want to be able to give you hope, because if I put myself in your shoes, I think I can understand. And so I will want to do what I can to help to solve the problem and make life better. So this is what drives me. I must say that not every problem can be solved, or at least not every problem can be solved right now. But the thing is that I'm willing to keep trying for as long as you're willing to let me help you. I think this is what I believe in, and I'll keep trying until we succeed. And there are times where issues that residents share with me, let's say at MPS, I bring it into Parliament. I file a question, I put it in my debate, or I just find other ways to solve it if really it's urgent. And so to me, I mean, these are important things, and so I'll just keep trying.
So 其实简单来说了 because in my field and such, I have mentors and what, 他们都教我一样东西，就是东西说的是容易，但是做的难。So you have been doing so much and things like that, and you never really gave up. So this is Tim Bailey. Yeah. So okay, I just want to ask you, what are the plans in your mind? Okay, for example, in the next 5 years, okay, if you actually can continue to offer your service to everyone in MacPherson, what are the plans in mind? What do you have for them?
Well, I have quite a bit. We have a hardware, that means the infrastructure facilities type of improvements, which I have been sharing with residents. And the idea is to make sure that the overall environment of MacPherson is more vibrant, is safer, and more accessible to all our residents, regardless of age and background. And so this is really 一步一脚印. We have undergone many improvement works, and I would say that if we look at across MacPherson, we have implemented many projects, and it's still ongoing. The work is not done. We are still trying to enhance the connectivity. We are still trying to make it more barrier-free, more smoother, point-to-point, maneuvering around. We are still trying to make sure that the overall environment, the atmosphere, the feel, is a lot more pleasant and a lot more progressive in that sense for our residents, more rejuvenated, more colors. At the same time, I think taking care of our residents, for the seniors, we already have quite a range of programs in place, and I'll continue to raise funds to build on this, to refine this, and introduce new ones, because as we look forward to the digital future, I think it's important that we make sure we take care of our seniors, make sure that they don't fall out, that we don't cause a new gap instead. And so, like what I've shared earlier, there are things that we want to do to help our seniors to be more digitally ready. Likewise, for our young, to help them, to equip them with the knowledge and the skills. I mean, complementing what at the national level, maybe, the government are doing. I think at the community level, there are things that we can do as well to help them to be more resilient and future ready. And especially for young working adults, there are things that we want to do to help them, because COVID-19 has really affected them quite a bit. And I think it's something that we should do more on. And we also look at sustainability. Sustainability in terms of running the good programs, sustainability in terms of the environment, sustainability in terms of how we manage the MacPherson. And on these, I would just 小卖关子, because tomorrow live, I will have a session that I will be revealing more on in terms of sustainability initiative. It's a very concrete plan that we have, and of course the other things that I want to do for MacPherson. I will share more. 不可以 我有一个 e-rally 啦，就是后天傍晚7点我会有个 e-rally. So the day after, that means Tuesday evening at 7 p.m.
你还有声音 for e-rally 啊？
我就是要保存一下实力啊。I'll try my best to save my voice. So I'll have an e-rally at 7 p.m. On Tuesday, and I will share a lot more. And tomorrow, of course, we'll have something on the sustainability theme, and so I will just keep it as sort of a suspense. So do tune in so that we can share more tomorrow and the day after.
Okay, so we will actually be looking forward to your e-rally to bring us the good news for the upcoming 5 years. What is in store for everyone in MacPherson? Okay, a lot of people actually think that MacPherson is actually a place with a lot of stories, definitely. 它是一个很 mature 的一个 estate, okay, a mature estate. But over the years, you actually instill and rejuvenate it with some art pieces and such. So can you share with us, like, how was this actually done, and what kind of art pieces were actually instilled into this MacPherson estate?
Sure. In fact, we are embracing arts and culture in different forms. To me, I think what can also help to give us a soul, a sense of character, would be through arts and culture. I mean, it really changes the way a place feels like. So again, the difference between a place and a home. And so to me, I think a lot of people think that MacPherson is a slum. And I really reject that idea, because this is home to many people. Home to them from when they were young until they're old, or even home to those who grow up. Yes, it is a more mature estate. Actually, I mean, back then when MacPherson was the first, housing estate, we were probably seen as the most 前卫, the most avant-garde at that point in time.
Okay.
But of course now, years have gone by. We are a place with proud heritage, And so I think the point is, how can we bring out and present this heritage and yet, inject a sense of energy and vibrancy and sense of colors to it. So what we have been doing is that we work with youth groups such as Participate in Design, and before that social creatives, and also other young bodies as well. And we go around to co-create art pieces with residents. So for example, we had the first Void Deck Art Gallery in Singapore at Block 5556 Pippin Road.
Oh, you still remember the block? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and it's still there, and we do touch-ups. That time it was with Social Creative. And we invite residents to come and paint the walls. And so if you go there, actually it was a whitewashed void deck that transformed into a art gallery that but of course the pieces 带不走啦，都是在那个墙上 is painted onto the wall. We had someone to curate the art pieces. It was Van Gogh inspired, but with a bit of Singapore adaptation. So there's one piece, for example, it's like the Van Gogh Starry Night. But if you look at it very closely, you see HDB flats instead. So that's a little touches, and it's actually very subtle and very us. So that's one. And then we have another art gallery at the community club, and that is a very different type of art approach. I think it's something that's a very more. There's a bit of an abstract to it, and again, it's based on the historical moments or meaning of MacPherson. So even the guy MacPherson, or the bird, Pipit, Mapati, these are birds, actually also are being painted into it. And we even have art installation. So we, together with PID, for example, Participate in Design, they
Participate in Design.
yeah,
Okay.
Participate in Design. One of the founders, unfortunately, we lost her. But we were so grateful to be able to work with them. Through their efforts, they engage our residents to ask them about their memories of MacPherson, and then from there they translate those into products, into like art pieces that we display at Circuit Road, and then we also have arts trail. Various pieces. We even had a showcase, I remember, at 89 Circuit Road Market. Yeah, and then there's a nice patch there. And then over at Aljunied Crescent, we even did an upcycle. That means using waste products to make into furniture. Really can sit type, And then very nice. So we have all these pop-ups. And these are the more visual art pieces type of things that we have introduced. We even did a hawker one where it's happy meal moments, we call it.
Okay.
Yeah. And so all these, memories that we transform into art pieces that we showcase. And I think at the 89 Market now, actually the part of the Linkway, there are, the seniors' faces are being printed and then hang up on the ceiling. Yeah. So you'll find trails of this. We even have an arts trail, as I mentioned. But on top of that, we also embrace the performance type of arts. So of course we have a MacPherson Philharmonic Orchestra, which is it's really amazing. They go around to perform. But we also have casual Saturday, casual Friday, casual Saturday, whereby we have live bands, so that residents can enjoy music under the stars and have nice drinks and hang out. So, and then with that, we actually see young people, young families, or the entire family coming down to hang out. And so the whole feel becomes different. We rejuvenate by having more opportunities for people to come together, to bond, to appreciate art, to enjoy the atmosphere and the environment in MacPherson. Even the choice of colors when we paint the blocks, for example, there's also a deliberate introduction of certain elements. So for example, at Balam roadside, the blocks are painted that are Mondrain inspired.
Okay.
And then some of the Circuit roadside, the way they are painted are jewel facade inspired. So through various efforts, we are trying to really rejuvenate the overall of MacPherson while preserving that heritage that we have. I will say that our work is not done. It is still an ongoing process. There are still things, including social behaviors, that we need to address. But this is an ongoing effort, and we will not stop. We'll continue to press on.
Can I say that there will be more art in the next 5 years?
Of course, certainly.
Okay. Thanks for revealing this.
No
Because to
problem,
me,
yeah.
art is very important in my life because I play music. Music is my life, and we know that music actually helps us to communicate with residents even better, or maybe with our neighbors even better. So 它其实是一个很重要的一个元素。So from what I see, you don't actually inject arts into MacPherson. You inject happiness into MacPherson. This is very important for everyone in MacPherson. So OK， 那我能不能够就是我从来没有 try 过这样的一个东西 ，I never tried this before. Given 20 seconds， 为什么 MacPherson 需要 team paying？
哈，这个你真的要这样问我啊？
我不是叫你讲。
哈？
我不是叫你讲，
OK
因为这个东西是我讲，
哦是
但是不是我来选哦，是我来讲。我今天做了这个可能一个我们的交谈。I wouldn't say this is a talk show. I wouldn't say this is actually an interview. So it's more like a heart-to-heart talk. So after listening from Miss Tin, I realized that from her, there isn't any age barriers between 一个1983年的跟我们的年长的朋友。She has done it over the years and over the past 10 years, not only using communication, she has done it with her hard work. 就是有到 Parliament 去帮人家 voice out and you have successful cases and things. Other than that, injecting arts, injecting happiness and supporting arts, this is what she's done for MacPherson, and more to come in the next 5 years, which she will only reveal tomorrow. Correct? For your e-rally. From tomorrow onwards.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's more like a daughter, 你们的女儿，你们的家人。我真的在主持 MacPherson 的节目的时候，安迪安哥跟我讲，呢，我的查某囝来了，我的查某孙来了。Yes， 你们的女儿，你们的家人。So as a host for today, and maybe coming in， 我是一个过路人。我突然间今天来到 MacPherson， 我很开心 because I just want to feel this warmth in MacPherson. So 我的30秒也应该到了。I just want to tell everyone, give her your fullest support. 支持 Team 培林。
Thank you everyone， 谢谢你文海。
Thank you. 记得看到他给他一点凉茶喝，我心爱了。
有，今天有一个他给了我这个川贝枇杷膏的 lozenges， 他特别买了，然后跑过来，然后给我其实很感动的，然后因为我没有去想到他会那么做，所以我其实很感动，所以if you are watching, thank you so much, thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Give her your fullest support, Team 培林。
Will do my best, I will do my best.
加油！
谢谢你，谢
Thank
谢
you.
thank you everyone.
Will you let me join your story of future now and then? In the colors in the world we love and care. Rain and storms will make us stronger, fighting for what we believe. Make this journey together, hand in hand. Will you let me join your story of future now and then? In the colors in the world we love and care. Rain and storms will make us stronger, fighting for what we believe. Make this journey together, hand in hand. Will you let me join your story of future now and then? paint their colors in their world we love and care. Rain and storms will make us stronger, fighting for what we believe. Make this journey together, hand in hand. Will you let me join your story of future now and then? Paint their colors in their world we